today I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to be whispering. I'm going to test it out and see how it's like. Instead of using my normal voice, let me try whispering just to see how this feels. And if you guys don't like it, let me know. I could go back to not whispering. I'm trying to get it to kind of sound like ASMR with designing. But with that, let's get going. So I'm going to be designing a logo for Washington Hmong Farmers Co-op. They wanted to do a logo that's similar to a badge that captures the essence of Hmong being in Washington. Now, I did some quick sketches just to kind of see what kind of badges I come up with. You know, these, I'm going to admit, I did these very fast. These are fairly not that good looking. They're kind of all over the place. So I don't really have a favorite I want to sketch from, but all I do know is we're going to make it a badge style and we're going to create a lot of circles and squares. So let's dive right in. I have my beautiful white canvas. I did get ahead of myself a little bit. I went and outlined the state of Washington. I made it a little bit more bolder, edgy, so that when I use it as a logo, it's bold and minimal. I also wanted to use this font, alternate Gothic number 3D, for Monkey D. Luffy One Piece. Talk about One Piece. I have a very unpopular opinion. I love One Piece. The live action, I thought it was amazing. I'm a big fan of the anime. I'm also a big fan of the live action. Now, there was a lot of hate saying that the live action needed more money, the CGI sucked, but I say, hey, they did pretty damn well. They adapted to the anime the best they can. It was pretty good in my eyes. I really like the live adaptation. What did you guys think about the live adaptation for the One Piece? I think they did really good for the money they have. The CGI, the storyline went pretty well. I didn't mind it at all. Some of the fighting could have been better, but hey, the best fight scenes I enjoyed the most is when Zoro had his scenes. Amazing. Luffy's arm stretching, it was okay, but it was good because I liked his character. His character in real life, I don't even know his name, and I should, was also pretty amazing as well. So what are we doing here? So I want to create this badge, having Hmong be right in the center, because I want everyone to know that this is the Hmong Farmers Co-op, so they better recognize what they're dealing with, right? So I'm gonna create a badge like that. I'm gonna bring this one on top as well, and what I'm gonna do is, because they're called the Washington Hmong Farmers, or Washington Hmong Farmers Co-op, I'm going to put the, now I have to think about where I'm going to have the words and where it should stay. So I'm going to have Farmers Co-op stay down here because it's already nicely contained within this badge, Sometimes badge work, you just kind of make things up as you go. You got to Tetris your words around. Yeah, you have to. If I make this black, go back, and I made the font white, just like that. And I like it when the badge fits within a square. So I'm going to leverage this as my boundaries, okay? So I know that it's within a square because when you put it on a sticker, on a shirt, on a hat, it looks amazing. All right, so let me lock this layer right here. And let me create a circle right about here. I'm gonna make this guy black as well. And let me just cut half of this, creating the badge right here. Oh, see, look at that. They're also a nonprofit. So when I'm designing this logo, I also want to make sure that it's also, it lives amongst other nonprofit logos as well. But aside from doing that, it's also modern and ageless, and it's bold. I feel like that dome is a little bit way too thick. I mean, too tall. So let me go ahead and make this just a teeny tiny bit smaller, like this. Okay, just a little teeny tiny bigger here. And what we're gonna do now is we're just gonna start decorating the inside of these boxes. Washington Hmong Farmers Co-op. So I'm gonna have Washington, DC, no, not DC, Washington, go right here. But how am I gonna do that? I'm just gonna do some magic that I want to show you guys. I'm gonna make it live under this realm of the circle. Okay. I do want to talk about the anime too, is that for One Piece anime, they do talk a lot. I mean, sometimes I be like, when are you guys gonna get to the fighting scenes, right? I mean, they do talk a little bit too much, but I don't mind it. The storyline, I also low-key skip the storylines a little bit too. Okay, there we go. That's what I was trying to do. I was like, what was happening? And I'm gonna make this white. I'm gonna make this smaller. Well, I'm not, because it's already the same size. So I don't want to manipulate that, but instead I want to change the orientation of this. So I got to just go to type on a path, type on path options. This is where the magic happens. I could choose it on the baseline. I could go the ascender. Oh, I got a preview first. Okay, the ascender. I could do the descender. I could do the center. I'm gonna do the ascender. Okay, because I like that, because you know what that looks like. This is what it looks like. Beautiful. So I'm just gonna make this type smaller. Washington right there. See, Washington Hmong Farmers Co-op. It's coming together nicely like a badge already. So let's go ahead and start filling these in with some designs, because since they are farmers market, I'm thinking I'm gonna maybe add some cornfields, or some I do want to add the Washington State, because I do have that here. I want to add that in here too, so we definitely know there's the Washington State, and maybe a barn to kind of symbolize farming and whatnot. So let's go ahead and see what that looks like once we start decorating the inside of this half circle right here. I do want to start fill in these gaps right here. As you guys can already start seeing, what I'm trying to do is make this line bold, and if I want to, okay, if I outline this, I'm going to show you guys really quick. Path outline stroke, and if I go like, I'm gonna cut right here, and I go like this. Watch, bam. Now would you look at that? It's not perfect, but it's getting there. We're moving fast. And then do this white. See, look at that. It's a little thick, but we can fix that later, because we know how to do that. Okay, I wanted to add some like barnyards, or like a cornfield, and like a house. I gotta know where I'm ending. I'm ending it right here. Okay, so I just gotta cut that part off. Yeah, I'm gonna trim that. Okay, but then I'm gonna repeat this. Gonna make this. Let me make it green, so I know what I'm doing. Kind of trying to create the little corn rows when you drive in the countryside. And we're gonna go smaller again, just eyeballing that. Smaller again, one more time, right here. 3 rows is good. And let me show you what I'm trying to do. I just try to center this and make it big. I don't want too much of a crevice right here. I don't want too much of a gap here. So I'm just gonna go maybe like this. You can manipulate that however you want. You can stretch that out, and I'm gonna go like this, and then we're gonna build a little house right on top of this, and this is what it's gonna look like. When I do that, it's gonna look like this. I know, you just gotta get into these little guys, delete all these interceptions, these intercepting lines. Ooh, you see that? That right there is how you create a barnyard. Let's go smaller right here. It's kind of, instead of the barnyard, because the house, this is what the house is going to look like, guys. If I do it, it's like, look like this. Like that. Is that cool? Nah, that's weird. It looks like an arrow. But instead, I'm going to go back up here and I'm going to grab the Washington State. Make that smaller right here. I think this is a good spot because, you know, I want to make sure that when we zoom all the way out, we can still tell that that is the Washington State. And if you know that you can zoom out this far and you can kind of tell that it's the Washington State, that means it's the right size. Okay, so all right, and we're gonna make this black, we're gonna make this white, we're gonna put it together like this. Command 7. Wow, man, look at that, look at that beauty. And then what we're gonna do is gonna bring over here and check them out. Look at that. See? Now would you look at that? And if I could double click, if I could just now start adjusting this if I wanted to. See, if I make it like that, or I could go make it go higher. I like this part right here. And then I can make the Washington State a little bit bigger so it fits in this nicely. Let me just kind of get rid of the red in the back. Okay. You see that, guys? It's coming along great. Now would you look at that? Bam! This version and this version. Washington Hmong Farmers Co-op. I really like this one. So now that I have one version of this logo badge done, I'm gonna go ahead and do some more, and let's come back and take a look what I got. Okay, these are the 3 logos that I designed. The one that you guys saw me design with you all is this one right here on the far right. And then I also designed this middle one where, you know, it's more of a circle badge, and we have more of these Hmong emblems or their marks right here. And then I have the, you know, the farmland with the barnyard. And then here I have the Washington State within the state. It tells a different story, the journey of the farmer. And then Washington State Hmong Farmers Cooperative. So these are the 3 logos that I showed them. They really enjoyed this far right one because it just feels so snug and nice, and Hmong was nice and big. But they enjoyed the most was this guy. They really love the Washington State is represented, and that, you know, Hmong wasn't the main focus, but then it is an accent within the logo itself, in that the Washington State actually tells a story and journey of the farmers. So this is the logo that they ended up going. I like it. It's wonderful and it looks amazing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this logo process for Washington Hmong Farmers Cooperative and my rambling about the One Piece live action.